If you're looking to add plants to your home or office but just not sure what to get, then this video will be helpful for you. I'm going to share my top 5 houseplants that are really easy, low maintenance and perfect for any beginner. You may have brought plants home before which died shortly after they came into your space. It could be that you unknowingly bought plants that are unforgiving if you don't water, that are more prone to pests, that need specific light requirements or specific watering requirements. If you start off with plant care and houseplants, the key is to start with low maintenance and easy to care for to get your confidence and your knowledge growing. So let's get going. So the first one on my list is the Sansaria, also known as snake plant or mother-in-law's tongue. These plants are really forgiving. If you forget to water, the leaves crumple up a little bit, they go a bit wrinkly, you give them a drink and they plump up again. The key is not to overwater. So if you don't have time to water and you're looking for a plant that is very low maintenance, I can really recommend Sansaria. I've got a big one behind me here and it is such an easy plant and something that all new houseplant parents need to have in their collection. They thrive in lower light conditions or bright light conditions as well. They also flower. They produce beautiful white flowers on a stem. I probably water mine every 2.5 or 3 weeks in the summer during the growing months, and every time when I water I give it some fertilizer. But number one plant, Sansaria, snake plant, don't water them too much. Second plant I can recommend is the pothos devil's ivy. Many different varieties that this plant come in. I've had this plant for so long, but I keep propagating it, and that's why it's not that big at the moment, because it propagates really well as well. These plants can thrive in bright light, just never direct sunshine because the leaves will scorch. It can also thrive in slightly lower light conditions. When it needs a drink, you will notice the leaves curling in. So the leaves will curl in like that, and that would be your sign that it needs a drink. I sometimes water this one every 2.5, 3 weeks, and the leaves curl in. I give it a drink and they plump back up again. So it's a forgiving plant if you don't water it, really easy to care for, and again I fertilize it every time when I water. There are many different varieties and I find all of the varieties are as easy as the other ones. So I think I've got about 3 or 4 different varieties of pothos. If you'd like to get a few of them, you don't have to get the same. You can get foliage of different colours, different patterns, and it will add a lovely green collection to your space if you get a pothos plant. Third plant is a biggie, and I'm going to go and grab it. My third plant is the African milk or euphorbia. Just be very cautious with this plant, because if it gets knocked or if you propagate it by taking a cutting and making a new plant, it produces white sap out of these stems, and the sap causes irritation on the skin. And don't get it into your eyes because it could cause irritation of eyes. It's not pet friendly, so just want to say that. If you've got a bright conservatory or a bright window, that will be perfect for this plant. They need full sun most of the day, so mine is under my very bright window. I water it probably every 3 weeks because it's drought tolerant, very forgiving if you don't water it, and yeah, you can make more plants really easily. I will just shift this one back because it's a bit precarious. But as you can see, I've got a lot of them on the go. I have rescued this one as well. It was a little bit neglected. I've rescued it, and if you can see, there are some new leaves growing here. They are really resilient and very forgiving, and such an easy plant to have in your collection. Everybody needs a ZZ in their collection. It's the easiest, low maintenance plant. It's so forgiving. And I water this one probably every 3 weeks, if I remember. It's got a brand new leaf coming, so it's clearly happy to thrive off neglect. It doesn't need a lot of water, in fact the opposite, so you can pop it in a corner. It's a nice evergreen plant. It adds a lovely green tone to your collection and you can forget about it. So if you don't have a lot of time to water, get yourself a ZZ. My fifth and final plant that I would recommend, that's quite different I think than what everybody else would recommend for a low maintenance plant, that is Hoya. I've got 2 different variety of Hoya here and they are very similar in care needs to the snake plant, to the ZZ, to the African milk. I forget about them. I water these probably again every 3 weeks. They are in my bright plant room. They're such a waxy plant and they're very, very forgiving. I fertilise it again during every water and you can see there are some lovely new leaves and lovely growth coming. I really need to sort this out because it's grown so much. I need to pop it on perhaps like a support like this one has. This one needs a repot as well. I've had these plants for about 5 years and I'm ashamed to say that I haven't repotted them yet because they're happy and they are forgiving. I find that the leaves are a little bit crumpled up when they need a drink, so when that happens all I do is I give them a drink and they're good to go again for a few weeks. If you can get the care conditions right, these lovely plants flower as well, but that's not for now to worry about. The key is that not to overwater them, keep them in a bright spot, and it's a lovely plant to have, really low maintenance plant to have in your collection. I hope you found that helpful. I'd love to know if you've got any of these plants in your collection. Let me know in the comments below, or in fact if you've got anything else that you find as a real low maintenance plant. I'll see you next time. Bye.